I would like to move on to a segment I like to call staring contest.
No, Aleena, no. I put my foot down before this started and I'm continuing to put my 2 feet down. No.
I want to do it.
Fine. This is insane, you guys. We're doing a podcast and some people watch on video, right? Mm-hmm. Aleena wants to do a staring contest. So we're going to stare at each other and not talk on the podcast.
You can talk while you stare.
I don't think you can.
All right. Where are we starting?
Okay, hold on.
The rule is whoever blinks first.
Exactly. Whoever blinks first.
Just so, in case anyone's unclear.
I can't believe I put 2 feet down and we're still playing this game. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
You get a neck crack?
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go.
So...
should I lose just to kill this game?
No, but my eyes are already watering.
I told you before we started, I've never lost a staring contest in my life.
I don't understand.
Okay, you guys, the staring contest is continuing. Aleena is already dripping. A tear is about to come over. She is gone. And the remaining champion. Wow. You guys, that was so much quicker and faster than I thought it was going to be.
Oh my God.
It's like you're tasting my hot sauces all over again.
Wow, that was so lame.
I warned you before we started.
Yeah, you did say you were good. All right, we are back. We are here. We're a little flustered. This is our 18th episode, right?
We're illegal.
We can... The mic just completely dipped.
Alex isn't here, so
Alex is not here.
Flustered.
And it's been quite... we're both producers. We should know how to do this.
But we're video producers. We're not audio producers.
Yeah, this audio part is a little bit... but I think we figured it out.
Fingers crossed.
And you know what? There's cords all over the table. And I did that because...
you wanted everyone to know.
We wanted everyone to know that we're a little bit discombobulated, as Sarah says.
Have I told that story on the podcast yet?
You haven't.
Well, let's talk about this and then we can go into my discombobulated.
So it's our 18th episode. Thank you, everyone. There's been so much love.
Yeah.
There's so many great reviews. If you haven't left us a review yet on Apple Podcasts, please do. You guys are the best. But that said, there have been some comments that are a little bit mean, and we thought, let's, like people read mean tweets. Yeah. Let's read the mean comments.
Exactly.
I found all the ones for Sarah, but then she said we should read our own.
Yeah.
So I'll read one, you read one.
Okay.
And just so everyone knows, I have screenshots. Sarah wrote them down in her notepad.
Yeah.
Because she's very committed.
As you should.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to say Aleena's way better at taking criticism than me. I get way more hurt.
Yeah, you do. But I think it's so funny.
I know. I was giggling writing these down. So eventually over time they make you laugh. But right at first you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go first.
Hit me.
Sometimes Aleena's so mean and passive aggressive to Sarah that I have to skip those parts. Like, we're friends.
I know.
The dynamic of this podcast is that we bicker and argue and people think that we're not friends.
Exactly.
So, all right, your turn.
In that vein, this one is really funny. Has to fast forward, Sarah, to be honest.
They didn't even spell your name right.
I know, which hurts even more. It's like they're like, I don't give a fuck.
I like that hurt you.
That would hurt because I was like, wow, they're really like seeing me talk and just being like, dude. Oh,
I was telling Sarah I love her parts. I replay them because I'm like, she's so funny. And
you just did this to hype me up. After
No. I said your parts are so funny. Like I watch them back and I'm like, damn, she's really funny.
Okay, well, I feel better now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like I'm replaying them. They're fast forwarding them. Whatever. All right. Me? Okay. Love Aleena. I thought this was like hate and you guys were like, it's not that bad. But love Aleena. Love the podcast. But so confused. Aleena's just complaining about adjusting your boobs after you put a bra on. Isn't that just standard? Your boobs are not in the exact same spot after you slip on a bra. It seems extremely normal. So normal that no one is talking about it. Like it's not a problem. It's not. Okay, I can't read. Like, it's not a problem. A movement unworthy of complaint. You know what I have to say to that? Everything is worthy of a complaint on this podcast.
If it's bothering us, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah. That
right.
made me laugh
All right.
because I kind of agree with that person.
Sorry, that was loud. Fuck.
Okay. Sarah out here just being...
What is happening?
You have to tighten it on the bottom. Alex isn't here. We're discombobulated. Sarah out here just being a little too judgmental for me. They're joking around. I get it. But everything Aleena talked about, I experienced myself. And that's the type of friend that makes me feel like I shouldn't talk about my problems. Oh my gosh. I love hearing other people's problems.
You do. And I feel like you're very intrigued and you like
so
want to know.
intrigued.
And I think it'd be really, it's really funny when you call me out on something that's ridiculous.
You know, I guess I could be a little judgy.
Yeah. All right, next.
Yeah, next.
This was on my like talking about Noelle's progress pictures and like insecurities. Someone just left red flag. And then they were like, you need to be patient to deal with this level of insecurity and immaturity. Not everyone, hence why it's not for everyone, hence why it's a red flag. Like, dang, I was out there being vulnerable.
I don't know why, but like it hurts, but it makes me laugh.
I know, it's funny.
Okay. This one made me giggle too. Why do I feel like Sarah's always lying?
There's literally nothing that you lie about.
I did mention on the podcast that I like have stopped like white lying to hurt people, like to save people's feelings.
But that's not what people are talking
about. I know. Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. All right. This one, emails. This one is mostly like for both of us, but basically the Schindler's List short on YouTube got some traction somehow, and it got in the hands of people who don't know us at all.
Right.
And it was very jarring for them. So I'm just going to read all of the things that people said. This is fucked. Absolutely fucked. Sick. They should burn down that building with them in it. This is sick. It's not hilarious.
Oh, I'm hurt.
I know. Modern people equals no soul.
Oh.
I'm speechless. The disrespect. You might as well do it while watching your school shooting camera footage.
Oh.
Then someone said, Indian girls, this is awesome. The best was, talk about sabotaging your own self, and the other is saying it's valid. At least the blonde realized it's a terrible soundbite. Each day that goes by, I gain a vast amount of respect for Thanos.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That concludes our...
Wait, I have one that I think is really funny.
Okay.
I really actually want to post, frame this in my house because they're not wrong. Here we go. Sarah looks like someone who would get fooled by a fake Rolex. I love that comment. I don't even know if it's that mean, but they're right.
Sarah.
100%.
It's about Noelle.
No, is it not?
Yeah, it was on Noelle's episode. He got a fake Rolex.
Oh,
and he was pretending to be you.
Well,
she was really shook by that comment.
I was shook by that comment. Well, at least I know it's not about me now.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, thanks, guys. I mean, don't keep the mean comments coming, but, maybe sometimes they could be a little fun.
If they happen and they're funny, we may talk about them, but that's not an invitation.
No, please God. I'm sensitiver. I'm more sensitive than I thought I was.
We are definitely, having a hard time. I actually would like to move on.
Okay. Whatever Aleena says, because she's the boss and we're not friends.
And I'm passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I fix this mic so it stops slippering down?
I think what you do is...
No. Yeah. I tighten these.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Again, everyone, Alex is not here, so we're discombobulated.
All right. Do you want to tell everyone about that word?
Yeah. So, you guys, I got a story for you. I grew up in a household where discombobulated was a word. Okay. I grew up for, I'm going to guess, 29 years of my life. I used the word. I'm going to put the word in quotations here because discombobulated is not a word. And I only realized this at 29 years old when Aleena and I, you were at the table, right?
I was at the table.
We were sitting at an editorial company a table of like maybe 15 people, and we were delivering spots, and there was like a shit ton of shit going on. And I was like, oh my God, you guys, I feel so discombobulated. And everyone at the table stopped what they were doing and looked up at me, and they're like, what did you just say? And I said, I feel discombobulated. Like I feel messy. I feel like I can't get my shit together. And this was the first time in my life anyone had corrected me and the words discombobulated.
I know.
What?
I know.
I've gone 29 years saying discombobulated. I'm going to guess 30 times a year.
And
I
no
use
one
that
said
word
anything.
a lot. Oh yeah. No one, I mean, obviously if someone
It
had
is
said that
such
to me
a crazy
before.
word that I would just assume like, oh, yeah. Oh, like you know, like words that people make up. Like
Yes, I do, and I
what's a
do
word?
that a lot. I don't know.
Yada yada yada. Like,
Well, yada 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 is a saying.
Yeah, but discombobulated could be a saying.
No way, that's a word.
Discombobulated
Is a word. Discombobulated is someone that never learned the proper word.
There's things that I want to make happen, like fetch, but not fetch. Discombobulated dot. I want to make discombobulated happen.
But the thing is what I realize is when you say it,
Yeah.
people are shooketh because no one obviously is saying it
I know.
that way.
Have you ever had any other words like this? I feel like I can't be the only one.
It's not, but it was the one that really has stayed with me because I could not believe that my parents had been lying to me for 29 years.
I know. You want to know one that I had?
Yeah.
I always thought it was supposedly.
Supposedly.
That's just how it sounds. That's the right way to say it. So I would say supposedly all the time.
You know what?
But
it's so close to me. Like I wouldn't.
It's supposedly.
Yeah.
And like just in case you weren't sure. And I still say supposedly on accident because I said it so much, and no one was like, "Hey,
this is wrong.
That's wrong." You know what? I say this all the time. There's so many things that people just don't teach you.
Yeah, I know. But that's something that like I could just, you know how some people say like, oh, Sarah, do you have an accent? You're like saying words incorrectly.
Yeah.
That I would just be like, oh, that's just your inflection. That's just your tone. Huh. You know, like if you said supposedly, I would just be like, oh, that's just Aleena.
Like that sounds right.
Yeah.
You just said it right now. It sounds right.
I know. So I wouldn't call you out on that if we were sitting at a table. One word I also say I know is incorrectly is forward. I say faux.
What do you mean? Just
instead of forward, I say, oh, I'm going forward.
Oh, that just sounds like an accent thing.
And I would just, people like, oh, what position do you play? Like, forward. It's like, no, it's forward. How do we get on this? Oh, discombobulated.
There was a comment about you pronouncing like sidekick.
Sidekick.
Like sidekick.
Yeah. I don't get all the letters because I'm moving too quickly.
Yeah. As long as you understand.
You know, sometimes I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm still crying from that staring contest. I'm really glad that we did that.
You guys, that was so embarrassing for Aleena, right?
I like to make up games.
You do? But staring contest isn't made up. That's a real thing.
Yeah, but it's made up in the sense that like no one wants to do it right now.
You mean like it's well, what do you mean?
Like you didn't want to do the staring contest.
Yeah, I don't think it made sense for the place that like if you were to say to me in any other situation besides podcasting, I would say, fuck yeah, let's fucking stare at each other.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I love a competition. I played rock, paper, scissors for like 35, 40 minutes. No problem. Just to play. But if we're doing an audio podcast and people listening to us.
People watch us.
People do watch. But what about the listeners? We got to care.
I know. We do care.
I care so much.
I'm always explaining stuff.
And you know I'm a podcast listener.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of, there's another game that I've never talked to you about.
Did you make up the game?
Some people would say it's made up. I will say this mic is like needing to sit very tall right now so it doesn't flop. So I have to have like the best posture right now, and it's really hurting my back. I just
realizes we're matching.
We are.
We've never matched before.
Crazy.
Like it looks so cute.
I know. We're so cute. Not I think anything those comments said about us.
I know. Well, at least no one said you guys ain't cute.
I know. So I have a game, and I'm honestly so surprised I've been wanting to bring it up to you the entirety of this
Have to
podcast.
play the game right now?
Just wait, okay? So I have a game. It's called the Venn diagram game. And I think it applies to people. 2 people, 4 people, 5 people, many groups of people. And I like to categorize things that we have in common, things that we have unsimilar, whatever, not in common, and then the things, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Like a Venn diagram. You know what a Venn diagram is?
A Venn diagram, you know what I was thinking about before? Maybe I was thinking of a food pyramid. And I was like, oh, on the bottom, like, you know, like that's the stuff we have in common. And as we get closer to the top, that's where we don't. But what you're talking about is the 2 circles that overlap. Yeah. And what we share in common is both sides.
I think it's a game. So like I always wanted to play on Noel streams. I'd always be like, let's play the Venn diagram game. Which is not a game. It's just an idea that you want to do. Yeah. And I'm like, I think it's like a game because like then we could like put and I try to do it with my friends like, and they're like, we have more than like 2 people. So like, how do you play the? Oh, like what do we all have in common as the group? Okay. Yeah. It's coming together for me. So I would like to one day in the near future play the Venn diagram game with you. That sounds like so much fun. I'm already trying to think of stuff that we have in common, but I'm coming up blank. I'm so surprised that you are in agreement. I love games. Same. I like board games. Same. Fucking love them. What's your favorite board game? Harry Potter trivia. Okay. I also love Sorry. Can we play Harry Potter trivia next week? On the podcast? Yeah. No. People will turn it off. It could go on for hours. It's not, well, like I could bring cards over and flashcards like we talked about. Yeah. And we could just ask each other questions. Okay. But have you seen any Harry Potters? Yeah, I've seen them all. Okay, but you've seen the movies. A lot of these relate to the books and stuff. So I don't know how many I'll get right. That's the point. Okay. Yeah, I'll bring over some flashcards. Okay. I also think we should do a hot dog eating contest. I don't eat hot dogs. You can do vegan ones. I hate vegan hot dogs. I just think like because you shut down the staring contest, I want to do more contests with you. Oh, I would love contests, but does it have to be eating? I did the hot sauce one and I already took you down for that. Okay. I don't know if I want to like just take you out on our podcast. You know, what else could hot dog eating contest comes to mind. I can't think of anything else other than a staring contest and a hot dog eating contest. Rock, paper, scissors. Audio listeners. I know. That's why I'm saying we shouldn't play these games. Okay. For our audio listeners. Okay. But I do love rock, paper, scissors. This is just a brainstorming episode, I know. Everyone. All right, let's get into it. Okay. I am caught up on Love Island Hulu version, and I have so many thoughts. Okay. I'm also caught up. And I think last we talked about they had not gone to Casa Amor. Yeah, and now they have. Now they have. What are your thoughts on Casa Amor? You know, not to be rude because I don't like to talk about people's looks. Okay. But I really don't feel like the girls had much of temptations. Like I feel like the guys from Casa Amor were definitely not as head turning as the guys back at the main villa. I feel like it's always that way. They always bring in like very attractive girls and then like dudes that like maybe the dudes that they bring in Casa Amor, like none of them are as good of a fit for the girls as the ones that they already have. And maybe too, like girls have such a harder time like switching instantly. Yeah. That maybe they always assume that the drama is going to be the boys bringing back the girls and not the girls bringing back the guys. In my head, I was trying to think of a Casa Amor boy just in general in seasons that was brought back. That was like a main character after that. And nothing's coming to the top of my head. Well, Casa Amor, the Casa Amor boys are usually never as memorable as the girls. Yes. I think that's just like a casting thing. I don't know. They're just like not very charismatic. Like I feel like maybe they should have put the bombshells of the guys coming in more into Casa Amor. Yeah. They would have had, and again, like I just feel like people would have been more drawn to them if they were in that situation. Yep. Okay. So what did you think about Jacques? Jock. Oh, Jock. And Paige. I just felt like the boys really were shitheads to the extreme. But I also balanced that with like
the whole point of this whole show is
Yeah.
to test connections. You say you're putting your connection to the test.
Yeah.
I just think, again, how the girls seemed to do it was obviously way more respectful
Yeah.
than how the guys did it.
What did you think about him leaving?
I think he saw the writing on the wall with
Paige
with
and Adam.
and he did.
What do you think about, do you remember Adam from older
I
seasons?
remember Adam?
I know. I was like, that was such a smart move on their part. Because
They've
when
done so much
when I
this
think
season.
about guys that they brought in that have like turned heads, it's always Adam that comes to mind. And he's grown up so much.
I know.
Like, to think when he
maturity
was like
level.
21 when he came on, he didn't look 21.
No, even when he said he was 26, I was like, whoa. In my mind, he's like 30,
Yeah.
31.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
been through it all. type
And
of
when he
thing.
came on when he was 21, he had like, then they played a game about like how many people you had slept with, and
What?
it was like over 100. And I was like,
This?
yeah, I was like, oh my God, how has he even physically had the time to do that? And to think that was only when he was 21.
I know.
But he seems to have,
And after Love Island, he probably had sex with 500
know.
more people.
I know.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
He's great. I think
he's great too. But I
he
about
handles
this, like,
himself really well in all the situations with the dudes. They're getting real intense on
I
him.
know. He looked like a mature,
Yeah.
like when you are calm
Yeah.
in these wild situations, you come off fucking looking great.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have that ability
Yes,
per
you would.
se. Maybe as an elderly.
Yeah.
But if I would have gone on at 21, oh my God, I would have been a fucking wreck.
I know. Okay, let's just go through the couples really quick so we can okay.
What did you think about the whole Coco and Andrew thing?
I think Andrew did nothing wrong.
Oh,
I think
tit sucking on some teeth.
he was
He should have told Tasha up front and not had her find out from somebody else.
but they were kind of in a tiff anyway. So
They were in a tiff. Before she left, she was like talking to the other girl saying like, I think I'm falling in love.
I think that here's what I think. I think between Tosh and Andrew, I think Andrew should have just doubled down. And if he said, hey, you have kind of been flirting with so many other men in here. You've kind of told me you're not interested in me. You've kind of been.
She did?
Yeah. She said, like, I'm becoming a person I don't really like when I'm around
she was
you.
like, I feel like she was more like
And the way she flirted with all the other dudes.
in the main villa.
Yeah.
Okay, but I feel like she was being super respectful about that. Like she said, like, yes, sure, I'll go out on dates with you, but she always came back to Andrew.
But Andrew didn't even do that.
Because Andrew didn't have any options.
No, he did. He just wasn't
Which
in that
ones?
mindset. I don't know.
I think she went about it in a way nicer way than people are portraying it. Like
I don't think so. I think she was kind of mean to him. Like when she was upset and he'd like rub her shoulder and she'd be like, stop. Like I just felt like she really didn't like him. And he was like in this relationship with someone that just like really showed that they didn't like him. But she was really nice to everyone else. And I felt like that was really mean. And I think that if he just said, yeah, I like Coco and I wanted to get to know her, and you and me have had like our ups and downs and you've gotten to know people and that's just kind of where it went, he wouldn't get so much backlash.
Right. And again, I
But
just feel
it's
like
the
the
fact
girls
that
went
he-
about it nicer
Yeah.
than the guys. The guys seemed like they had never met the girls and they were like, let's fucking go. It's Casa. And
Yes.
let's pretend like the other girls
No,
don't
she
exist.
handled herself well in Casa. But even then, she was pretty like under the covers with Billy. Like they were doing stuff too.
Oh, I didn't know there was undercover stuff. with
Oh
them.
yeah, she was kissing him, like making out with him in the bed.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They both kind of did messed up things, except if you look at their dynamic of their relationship, at least from what we can see on the show,
Yeah.
she was not really that into him. And so that was like his moment to like kind of have, and everyone was telling him, all the girls were telling him,
that was
she's not really into you, blah, blah, blah.
I get that.
So I think if he just said, yes, I was into Coco and I wanted to see where it went, and you did the same with Billy, then it would have been fine.
I agree.
But the way he like cried and then like went to her and was like, I really love you, and like I messed up and like all this stuff, it's like, you just got to know another girl and you guys kind of had that agreement going into it that you would do that. So
Right.
why are you like...
I think it's when people get caught in lies
Yes.
that they get screwed.
But I did think it was kind of like, should Coco have really given all those details out like that? Like she
when
said
he
it.
said
She
like
said
he
it's
wanted
like,
to ruin her.
I know.
I was like, oh, you're going. I was literally just like, I'm hiding.
I know. That was very uncomfortable.
like-
But did you think that was appropriate for her to tell all the girls?
No.
Because she was trying to win him over.
But
you know?
she saw the writing on the wall too. She knew that like they were never going to be a couple. So she was kind of like, fuck this. I'm being disrespected. I'm going to just blow this shit
true.
up. But like maybe.
I just think maybe there was a more tasteful way to tell what happened. And then I think he should have told Tasha on his own.
Yeah.
And I think he should have just said like, hey, everyone was in there telling me you weren't into me. I haven't gotten to know anyone else this entire time I've been here.
Yeah.
I did some unsavory things.
Yeah.
And it happened. But like,
so what do you think
on.
about the way that Jax went about it then?
I think, I don't know. He just seems like a little bit more of a like
playboy.
He does. I just think it was like he had something so good with Paige. Like, how does that not ring in your head of like, let me not mess this up? And then like he's mad that she's like getting to know Adam. It's just like he just was super like in love with her, and I think scared to like actually admit that. So he just did some stuff he shouldn't have done. And I felt really bad for Paige because she had said like, oh, I'd been cheated on already. Yeah. So it's just like.
Have you seen on TikTok that the new girls are saying that Paige isn't nice?
No.
Yeah. Like that Paige was like really mean to all the newcomers, and like she's not really
see that.
And I was so hurt. I shouldn't say, I mean like
she is so very buddy with Gemma and Tasha, and like I don't really see her with anyone else.
Right. I guess like she's just not welcoming, not kind. I know. It was like a stab to the heart because like she seemed so, I don't know, bubbly, kind, outgoing, not kind of like a mean bone in her body, but
I know.
Awkward. It's so weird when you find out that someone's like mean to other girls.
I know.
You're just like, how can I like you now? I mean,
do you think that it's weird that Tasha cares so much about what the public thinks?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm over here reading mean comments, getting upset too. I mean, I think I got where all the guys were coming from, where it's like, you have a boyfriend now. Yeah. Like, who cares if you leave the villa tomorrow? Yeah. But I still think like everyone reacts to things differently. Like I understand where she's coming from, like to be told over and over again that you're not liked and that your people on the outside don't think you're a good couple. Yeah. And it's got to wear on you.
I guess for me, it's like, I understand that she handles things differently, and it like,
you're hurt.
Yeah, that is a hurtful thing. But I guess the part that I don't agree with is like, she should know that we see everything that they've gone through, and as a couple, like she's been kind of mean to him, and then he's kind of had that moment with Coco, right? And she, everyone says like she's not as into him as he is into her. So it's like, I get it. I think it's more like if it was Gemma and Luca or Paige and Jock when they were like better, then I could understand them crying, because it's like, where is this coming from? But with Tasha, it's like, that no one thinks you guys have been a good couple. That's literally what everyone's been saying. So why are you so shocked that you're at the bottom? Like,
it's not necessarily, she said like, I knew this was coming, like I knew it was going to be here, but it's like,
I don't think she did. I think she hopes that when she like gets on camera and says like, oh, I'm really happy, I want to cuddle him, blah blah blah, that like it all gets erased.
So you think she's fake? You don't like her?
I don't like her.
You don't think she likes Andrew?
I don't think I can't say I don't like her. Like, I think they're not a good couple. Based off what we've seen. And I think that Andrew seemed a lot happier when he was messing around with Coco.
Yeah.
And she said so many times that Andrew makes her someone that she doesn't like from herself. Like, that's a really like harsh thing to say so early on in a relationship.
I know. Oh, maybe it's just like a different side. Like, I don't know. I don't dislike them, and I feel like she gets a lot of hate. I don't know. I
would like to move on to lighter subjects.
Okay.
Like, I love Davide.
I have to say, did I say this before? I used to like hate Davide. I was like, oh my God, this guy is so into himself. It's like nauseous to watch. Love him. You're liar.
He's my favorite person, maybe alive right now. And
what about me?
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. He's just like my favorite Love Island person. He's just like, just minds his business, like does whatever, and then like looks over at Ekin and he's and she did do something shady, and he's like, a liar.
What did he say about like the fake Louis Vuitton bag? You're faker than a Louis Vuitton bag
you're
from
fake
China.
I was just like, dude, everything, he doesn't talk much, but everything he says is gold.
I know.
And it's just so funny. And like, I love how emotional he is and like how he just like says what he feels with her and like, and just like they're bickering. Oh, it's just like the movie night.
Oh my God, the movie night. That shit. The movie night blows shit
I
up.
know.
What did you think about Luca being pissed at?
I think like
Gemma.
Gemma just needs to be like she's dancing. Like she was flirting with him.
You know what?
They were flirting.
Billy said, because again, I'm all over the articles.
Yeah.
And Billy said that Gemma got off so easy with what they showed and said there was so much more.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure if he's doing that in the kitchen publicly and openly, there's so much stuff behind closed doors. Like, it's what Luca was saying. If there's like a little bit of a door open, like he's going to take it. And like there's clearly something open between them. I think that they were clearly flirting. And I think it sucks that she couldn't just say to Luca, yeah, I was flirting. That must have been hard to see. Because Luca like loves her, at least, you know, on camera. That's a perception.
In the articles, people say that in the villa, Gemma is way more into him. Like that it's way more obvious that it's not so like they say on TV. It looks like he's obsessed with her and she doesn't care.
They go on a date and like he's like talking and she's just like, He's like, I love you, and she's like, yeah.
No, she said I love you too.
I know, but she just seems so uninterested in him.
She seems very,
I know,
level-headed, but very extreme.
Yeah.
Like there's not a lot of this.
Yeah.
Which this is kind of me.
Yeah.
So it's easy to tell how you feel, but maybe somebody who's like,
she's just very like this.
It's like
all the
how,
time, so. Yeah. It seems like she's like always being very like, always just like very buttoned up and like
standoffish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cards close to the chest.
Yeah. So I think I think she was flirting. I think that it's weird that Tasha cares so much when she's still in the villa.
I know.
They just had like a terrible breakup, all this stuff.
She just asked him to be her boyfriend.
Yeah, and you still get to stay. I think it's like, are you surprised that people are like dislike you guys? You guys have had a rough time here.
Yeah.
India and Dami, I think they're great. I think like India's like super real and just like she just seems like a regular person. Same with Danica.
Oh yeah, I always forget about
Danica. I know, poor girl.
I know, it must be so hard to just like constantly.
I know. And then
who do you want to win? Just to
who do I want
close
to
the loop
win
on Love Island? I know who you want to win.
I think India and Dami.
Oh, I'm shocked. I thought you were gonna say Ekin-Su and Davide.
Oh no, I don't think they're. I mean, I want Davide to win everything in life, but
I want him to all of his dreams to come true.
I know, but I just don't think.
I mean, are they even a real couple? Like they just kind of seem like they like to like hang out with each other.
But I think they both like the drama. They like fighting.
Totally. They feel like a soap opera couple to me.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
They're on The Young and the Restless together.
Yeah. Like it's like Davide's acting debut. So he can go back to Turkey and...
I know. And they can be on a soap opera together.
Yeah.
Love it.
I know.
So tell me about how you feel about Hawks.
Just make sure I got all my... Oh, I also did appreciate Luca calling Tasha out.
Dude, wrong fucking place though, bro.
But you know when someone says what everyone else is thinking?
Yeah, and that's what he's saying. He's like, I'm listen, guys are so dumb sometimes. It's like, bring that to her attention like when she's calmed down a bit. When you're fucking bawling, you think you can hear shit, you're just like, bitch,
like, I'm just saying what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah, it's like, okay, great. Now tell me again that everyone hates me. Yeah. Listen, she's had a rough go.
Yeah.
I think she likes him more than we think. I don't know.
Yeah, all we can go off of is the perception that we have, and that's the whole point of the show. They want us to
think certain things. Yeah,
they want us to say what we think about them, who's going to win, which people we like more. That's why they have voting. That's why they do all of that. But yeah, I can't wait to see what comes of it.
I know, me too.
So Hawks. Okay, Jess, sent me this really funny tweet because I was always talking about hawks.
What do you mean you're always talking about hawks?
Well, I haven't really brought the hawk chat to your attention, and that's why I'm bringing it now.
Okay.
But basically, like sometime a year ago, I discovered hawks. Okay. And
What do you mean? One came and sat on your shoulder?
yeah. No. Someone basically was like, hey, you need to be really careful with your dog and hawks because it was like
Proposal.
well, there's that, yes. But they're like there are some, in LA in certain areas, and they have taken, there's like tons of stories of like people's dogs being taken.
So sad.
And I was like, whatever, who cares? Like, this sounds made up. Like, It just didn't seem legitimate. And then I saw, like, I don't know, on some, neighborhood, watch app or something, like someone close by was like, oh, I found a baby hawk. And I was like, wait, there are actually hawks in this area? Like,
what do you mean hawks like just fly in the sky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy. I thought they were just like in less like city like areas. And so I was like, whoa, what? Like, this is something I need to be aware of. So then I started basically, and I already have hawk eyes. Okay.
Okay.
Like,
you keep them peeled.
Just in life. Like, when we would watch edits and stuff, it'd be like, I had eagle eyes, or it's what they call.
I see. Eagle eyes.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So now I'm living life where I basically just see the hawks on a daily basis. I don't leave the house and not see a hawk. I see them. They are ever omnipresent, whatever people say.
Yeah.
They're
Following
everywhere.
that train of thought.
Okay. So, Jess had sent this funny tweet that was like, everyone has a friend that like literally is like always talking about hawks, or like stops everything to like talk about hawks. Like, everyone knows about it once you've seen them. And it's true. 'Cause like they fly like right over. And so I have been, super terrified. We've been buying Ollie vests that like have spikes and like colored things and like reflective things. Like, me and Noel take this very seriously.
Ollie's an inside cat. Yeah. Like, the most Ollie goes outside is to his front yard.
Yeah. And that's where they fly over. They will fly over our I've seen the shadow over the yard.
They could not spot Ollie in the grass. No way.
So
Ollie's eyes go up to the grass, you guys. He can barely see over the top of the grass.
So I'm like one, fuck hawks. Okay. And two, I went on a hike in Malibu, and the hawk is like next to me. And I'm like, literally, they follow me everywhere.
Do you think a hawk's going to take you?
No.
On a hike?
No, they're not. So then I saw like tons and tons of videos of like little dogs being taken by hawks by my own research. Okay.
That's like going, like, you have a stomach ache and going on WebMD and being
yeah,
I'm dying.
So I needed to see how they attacked, like how I get rid of them, like all this. I just needed to know everything. And so I saw it way too many times that the hawks took the dogs, and it's very sad. And then, someone said, oh yeah, up the street, someone's dog got taken, with the leash and everything. And so I'm like, I'm terrified. So that's why I care a lot about hawks. But let me say, I was telling my sister, and she was like, is this really a real concern? I didn't think that hawks could pick up
everything for Aleena is a real concern.
I didn't think hawks could pick up anything like Ollie's size. He's 8 pounds. And I'm like, oh, Ollie's pretty small. Like, yeah, he's totally prime suspect. For
like, how
hawks.
we are easily kidnappable?
Yeah.
Ollie's the first to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you sure? So I Google it. And according to Google, it says that hawks can only pick up their body weight, which is like 3 pounds. So Ollie should be in the clear.
Is there any 3-pound dog that exists?
Like Yorkie teacup noodles.
Okay. Because Ollie's probably the most slender dog I've ever met.
I know, but he's not the smallest. So
Ollie's
I was
safe.
like, oh, then I've been living my life in fear for the last, 2 years because of hawks. But according to the internet, hawks can't pick them up.
Okay.
But then I saw that the hawks still attempt to, and then when they jump
the
down, the talons, they dig into their body and like can puncture their organs. And then if they can't get them because they're too heavy, they just like abandon them, and maybe they might get a little bit further and then drop them. So
should you get a scarecrow for your front yard?
I think so.
I think that could work.
I think so.
Just pretend it's Halloween.
One day, Ollie went out, and I always like look at the roof because I'm like, I don't know if there's a hawk chilling up there.
Waiting on the roof.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a pigeon, and I screamed. I was like, there's a hawk! And I like ran to go get Ollie, and in usual fashion, Ollie ran away because he didn't want to be chased. And I was like, your life depends on this moment. I need to grab you before this thing gets you. And then Noelle's like, Lena, that was a pigeon. And I was like, oh. But did you know that owls can also snatch dogs?
Owls are asleep during the day.
But at night.
You think Ollie goes outside at night?
He does.
He has a curfew. That dog's inside before it's
No,
dark.
he sometimes he has to pee at like midnight. I'm like, dang, it's late.
Damn, I can't believe you're up that late.
I know. So, hawks, very dangerous to dogs. Owls, very dangerous to dogs. Hawks, very dangerous to dogs. Obviously, eagles, very dangerous to dogs. Be careful out there. Have an eye out for the hawks.
Okay, but don't mistake one for a pigeon.
Yes.
And consider getting a scarecrow.
Yeah.
Winner.
Yeah. And you know they make a sound when they go down.
Like, caw.
Yeah. That when you hear that, that's them like going to attack something.
I feel like you would dive on Ollie before a fucking hawk.
Oh yeah.
So like no problems.
Yeah, but
you're
what
the
if
type of parent that would self-sacrifice, dive for your dog, get punctured yourself.
Oh yeah.
Ollie's fine.
Puncture me all day. Yeah, but Ollie tends to like worm away when I go for him. So what if he worms away, you know?
It's a mom instinct. You're going to fucking fly on that dog. He could go anywhere and it will be a reaction and you'll just jump right on him. No problems.
I'm even scared when I walk him with a leash.
Yeah,
I take Ollie for walks.
How far though? I mean, he's really too small.
He only goes half a mile.
Even that could be a little too far for his little legs.
Half a mile and then he's like, I'm like, okay.
I know. It gets to be like 100 degrees.
I know. Well, I take him when it's cooler.
You're closer to the sun.
I know.
From where we're sitting.
So you've never thought about hawks?
Never, not once.
Will you see them now? Will you look out for them?
No.
They're brown. And they're not.
I saw a hawk, I'd welcome a hawk.
They're not scarecrows. They're not crows. Scarecrows.
But wouldn't a scarecrow
scarecrows don't.
They don't scare off anything besides
crows
scarecrows?
don't take dogs.
No, I know, but couldn't a scarecrow a hawk?
I don't know.
We don't know what hawks are scared of. We should find out.
I would like to know. I would like to know more about
a
hawks.
scare hawk.
I feel as though I don't know enough about hawks.
I think you maybe know too much about hawks. I just saw a helicopter and I thought it was a hawk and I was like, get down.
They literally fly all over
I'm
town.
not worried about birds.
Well, your dog is of size.
Yeah, well, maybe next time you should buy a 30-pound dog.
I told you. I knew you had an issue with Ollie.
I do not have an issue with Ollie. You have an issue with Ollie being taken by a hawk.
You're one of those people that's like, it's a small dog. It's not a real dog.
That's not true.
You just made a comment about it.
Okay, Ollie's a small gerbil. I've said that multiple times. That doesn't mean I don't
call him a gerbil.
I call him a gerbil as an act of love. And I love Oliver.
In the comments, please tell me if you're getting vibes from Sarah that she doesn't love Ollie.
But honestly, I'm lying all the time. So I could be really twisting shit up.
Shall we move on from hawks?
Yes. God, we have...
Oh, I had another great idea.
Is it a game?
I wanted to do trivia this episode.
No, you guys. No, I'm putting my 2 feet down again. Let's see if my 2 feet work. We are not doing trivia without Alex. We need a third party to be the Marianne to ask us the questions.
Yeah, I said, let's do the trivia. Sarah was like, no, it's not going to work. Who's going to read the questions?
Exactly.
We don't have Alex. We miss you, Alex.
Alex, it's so quiet and eerie and ghost-like without you.
I don't hear you breathing.
I miss you so much.
But no trivia?
No. Because then I don't like when you're focused on your phone or your computer and I need you to look at me in the eyes so I can make you cry again, like the staring contest.
Okay. The sun is hotter than the moon. True or false?
TBD. I'm going to have to Google that.
Come on, true or false?
Yes, the sun is hotter than the moon.
False. The moon has the same temperature as the sun.
Okay, well,
300 degrees.
I don't know. That's not true. You're just fucking with me now. And you said that, and I was like, oh, really? Wow, the same thing. Of course not. Of course not, Sarah. Don't just be fooled by Aleena. Just because she looks smarter than me doesn't mean she is. Well, she is, everyone. She's much smarter than me. I'll confirm it right here, right now.
DreamWorks is owned by Disney. True or false?
I don't believe you have any answers of these questions. And I put my foot down, you guys. I put my foot down. I'm going to bring up something I want to talk about, like Hawks.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about striking out.
Okay.
I feel like it's super embarrassing. And I'm like super embarrassed for anyone that strikes out.
Like
and
in
like,
life?
I was thinking about embarrassing things the other day. Like
striking out in life?
No, in baseball specifically. I was thinking about embarrassing things that happen in sports or like just embarrassing moments in general.
Yeah.
During this time, I was watching a baseball game. A guy goes up to bat. Swing, miss, swing, miss, swing, miss. He's struck out in front of everyone. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another embarrassing thing. And like, I couldn't watch. I was like,
free throws and missing them. Embarrassing.
So embarrassing.
Yeah. The team is relying on you to get these extra 2 points. And the ball is
no
going to bounce out of the hoop.
No one's even on you. There's no pressure. You can't even sink it.
I know. This is your job. This is your job.
I know.
Get
the
ball.
baseball.
Get the ball.
Get the ball in the freaking hoop.
Yeah. And you can't do it.
And you swing and you miss.
I know.
Like whiffing.
I know.
Aleena.
I know.
How do they get back up to bat after they strike out?
I know. Well, actually, when I played sports, in PE, I was always
PE. Okay, yes.
I was always picked like relatively first because I was very athletic.
And they say I'm the one that's always lying.
Yeah. No, I really was. I was always a top pick.
I believe you.
I was very tomboy. Like I loved sports. I was very in it. My main goal was to win.
I know your mile time.
Yeah. And so I was always...
Your main goal was to win?
Yeah. You know how some people didn't care about sports? They just kind of stood around the side to chit-chat with their friends? You don't know because you weren't in PE, but that's what PE was. Okay. There was a bunch of people that were not athletic that didn't want to do anything. Okay. I wanted to win.
I'm so proud to learn that about you.
Yeah. So I was always picked first because I was like, really
was this
good.
When you spelled your name wrong on the back of your shirt or was this after?
Yeah, I was during.
Okay.
And one thing about baseball is I first moved to this country.
That was the first.
Yeah. And
then you played baseball.
And I played baseball. And I was super athletic. I was like and this was when I was really young, but I was like, I really liked sports.
Yeah.
And I went to go bat and talk about the most embarrassing thing that could happen. I got a, why do I want to say a full moon?
A pop fly?
No.
Ground out?
No. A home run.
Aleena just told everyone that she was athletic and she could not remember the term home run.
I got a full moon. We were talking about moons and shit.
We haven't. Oh, we did talk about moons. Okay. Aleena, I'll never get over this.
So I got a full moon and it was out. It was out way far. No one was going to get it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a boss and I hit that ball. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
So you didn't embarrass yourself by striking out.
Yes. Here's how I embarrassed myself, okay? I ran around the bases. I didn't touch them. I just ran near them. I didn't know that was a rule.
How can you
Because we didn't have baseball in England. We didn't have baseball in England.
Cricket?
Yeah, but I don't think you have to touch the plates in cricket.
I think you do. Why would the plates be there if not to be touched?
Just as a guidance of this is the general direction you have to be. So I ran all the way around. Everyone's screaming. I'm like, yeah, I just moved here. I'm the coolest kid here. I just hit a home run.
Is this T-ball? Did someone throw you the ball? Or
no.
was this on a tee?
No, it was, I don't know. No, it was thrown and there was like the silver fence and everyone was behind it and they were yelling and I was like slow-mo, like I'm so fucking cool. Everyone thinks I'm so cool. They were yelling at me to touch the plates, the bases. Okay. I get all the way to the end and at this point, someone's like ran to catch the ball or like it's like flown really far. And I'm like, what? And they're like, you didn't touch the bases. And I was like, What do you mean I didn't touch the bases? They're like, you have to touch the bases. That doesn't count. And I had to hang my head down and go to the back of the fence and just live with myself knowing that I did not know that.
I'm speechless, Aleena. How can we talk a big game about you being athletic and this is the outcome of the story?
I didn't know yet. You got to learn. No one teaches you. No one said you got to touch the bases.
It's
they just
ingrained
said play
in
baseball.
that's athletic.
Yeah, but if you've just moved here from another country where baseball is not the main sport,
I know.
someone should have told me.
I know. I can't compute. I understand, but I can't compute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I agree with your point. It's so embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
You have to miss and then you have to go back and like, what is everyone going to say to you?
You're twisting your entire body. Like
Yeah.
you're giving it your
You're
all.
not like, I chose to miss that.
Exactly. You twisted so hard, the bat's going, and then you're like swinging and you think you fucking got it.
Yeah.
You missed the entire ball.
It's like
You missed the entire
every time
ball.
you gave a high five, it was
You
televised and you missed.
I know.
Like, that's so embarrassing. I can't believe we just,
I know.
and you have to do that.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
Hundreds of millions of people are watching you whiff it.
Yeah.
It's like getting dummied in soccer. It's like you better just walk off the field.
Yeah.
It's so and
What's
then
dummied?
you go through your legs. Like a nutmeg.
What?
So say like someone's dribbling and like you're defending someone.
Dribbling?
The ball.
That's only in basketball. You don't dribble in soccer.
Aleena, I swear to God, if you say you're athletic again, this podcast is over. It's called dribbling when you also are.
No. That's just like kicking.
Okay, so someone was kicking the ball, kicking it.
Okay.
And then someone comes up to defend them and you nutmeg them. It means you touch it between their legs and like run around them.
Oh, that's
so
a cool move.
embarrassing. It is a really cool move. I've been nutmegged before.
Yeah, me too.
And then like I was by the other sideline and they were like, oh.
Oh, you know what else is embarrassing?
What?
Being offsides.
Oh, so embarrassing. You're like, were you even paying attention?
I know.
Then they blow you. You're sprinting after the ball. You think you're like on a breakaway.
I think
And then-
everyone's cheering for
Yeah,
you
you're
and
like,
they're like,
yes.
no, get out of,
offsides.
yeah. Are you impressed? I know what that is.
No, because I know that's available in England.
It's true.
I know.
All right.
Well, next time we'll have our BFF.
Yeah, next time we'll have Alex. Maybe we'll have a guest.
You know, who knows? We're here for surprises.
We're here not for surprises. That's not.
Don't
We want a
embarrass me
pretty-
in front of all my friends.
I know. You want to go do something embarrassing?
Yeah. Let's go play baseball.
Turn off your mic and talk into it. That would be the
No.
equivalent.
Oh my God. We need Alex back.
I know.
What if
I
this
know.
whole thing didn't get recorded?
We hope so. Thank you everyone for tuning in to our 18th episode. Leave us a review.
Nicely.
Leave us some nice comments. We really do appreciate all of you so much.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun doing this. Okay, bye.
See you next week.